Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm popping on early as usual just to say hi and get set up. Please forgive me if I have a sniffles or cough. I'm hoping it's allergies and I'm not sick again because that's just not what I need. Let's see. Hi, Melissa, Dawn, and Mona, and Sonia. But yeah, I woke up this morning with a scratchy throat and a runny nose, so got my tissues nearby just in case. And my hubby is gonna pick me up a coffee for my throat. So hi, April and Deb and Stephanie. Oh geez, there's the coughs already. That's gonna be great. So while we're waiting for everyone to pop in, hi Ashley. So while I was setting up, you can comment on live streams before they start. And a comment was left. It was just a titch rude, but whatever. Hi, Chris. And it was basically just asking if the water battle was even real in a not so nice way. So the water battle pencil is real. I've mentioned to you guys a few times. Hi, Sarah and Emily. That it was put on hold because this summer I had everything from birthdays to my son's soccer tournaments to my daughter's broken leg. I mean, let's just say the first half of 2022 has been a little stressful. And then I caught COVID for the second time. So yeah, everything got put back on hold. But like I've mentioned a few times, and I think I'm going to make a community post about it. This is now that the kids are back in school, I was going to resume the watercolor battles. So if you've been anticipating that, just know that it was on break because of everything I was dealing with. So yeah, I've been getting a lot of nasty comments lately. So I just thought I would put that out there as kind of like a disclaimer and let you guys know. Oh, thanks, April. I missed a few people coming in, but I just wanted to explain it. I know I don't have to explain, but it's not a sham or I'm forgetting about it. I've actually been working on it. So I wanted to kind of show you guys. I already have 39 different brands of pencils. I have 3 more coming. Some of you guys were kind enough to vote in the community post. So I ended up ordering the Pagos, the other kind of Color, because there's 2, and the other Arteza, because there's 2 now. So we'll end up with 42 pencils, hopefully. So yeah, and we've swatched quite a bit. This is like literally all the swatch charts. It's thick. I mean, it's like a novel. So we've done a lot. And today I had 5 sets that I hadn't swatched yet. When the other 3 come, I was hoping they would show up today. Amazon had initially said they would come Saturday, and then it got lost. So I was like, okay. So I have these 5, and then when the other ones come, I'll probably just do a swatch on my own. But I thought we could get these belted out, and then that way it'll help me so I can resume with the whole process, which is actually quite daunting. Oh, thank you. I got them done Friday. I'm not quite ready to do fall nails, but the next batch will be. I like swatching too. I find it quite therapeutic, but I didn't end up writing the names on any of these. I'll do that later just because it's been a crazy week with the kids going back to school. So I'm going to just get started and then we can still chat. But I think I'm going to start with this Winsor & Newton set, 24 watercolor pencils. They look like the other Winsor & Newton Studio. So they're pretty similar in that regard, like right down to the way they have them with the color dipped ends. No numbers, but they do have names, so I'll fill that in later. But I'm gonna go swatch them all dry and then we'll just go wet. But yeah, I was kind of curious how these watercolor ones from Winsor and Newton do. I'm gonna zoom in though real quick. And again, I apologize if I've got the sniffles. I'm hoping it's allergies. I do not need to be sick again. But the kids just started school and it's kind of a given. They just bring home every little flippin' germ there is. So who knows? This is white, by the way. I know, you can see it. It's amazing, right? Woo, that white gets you every time. I know, pumpkin, everything is out. I actually just sent my husband to go get me a pumpkin latte. It's not the PSL. That comes out Tuesday, by the way. I have it marked on every calendar and my Alexa. So, but the Beans and Brews out here, I'm swatching yellow now, has what's called a pumpkin pie fritalia. Never had it before, but I was like, you know what? Can you pick me that up? And so I should have that in my hands shortly. 15 beanies. Ooh, cup cozies. I've always wanted to get those. Those are cute. Whites and colorless blender. So blinding. All right, this is called Sunflower. The joys of fall. This is the first time in 13 years I've had kids gone all day. Although it was a tease because last week was the first week of school and it was half day all week. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I have it marked. It's on my calendar with a huge coffee mug sticker that takes up like half that Tuesday. It's perfect. Ooh, pumpkin pie mousse. That would be good. That would be good. All right. Now we are on to orange. I have a whole bunch of doctor's appointments on PSL day too. I'm a little upset about that. I was like, but I gotta get my PSL in there. All right, Mandarin. But we'll see how this pumpkin pie fritalia drink turns out if my hubby remembers. I sent him a text with a really funny gif of just Elaine from Seinfeld begging. All right, this is red. I know, the name is just so unique. It is red. So these are soft, but I'm noticing they don't come out. They're not like Albert Durr and the others where they just come out a little easier while dry. Hi, Melissa G. All right, Carmine. So this should be pinkish. It does have a little pinkish tone to it. Does anyone have these Winsor & Newton watercolor pencils? Oh, Tina, it has been a while. Although I don't think I've streamed as much either because I keep getting sick or crap keeps coming up. This is called Rose Pink. Yeah, so this one's kind of scratchy. Might have to have my daughter go bring me my sharpener because it's downstairs. I don't know how both of my sharpeners ended up downstairs. I'll get my brush out. The regular ones. Yeah, they're a harder texture. They don't want to come out. We'll see how they activate with water though, because sometimes a watercolor pencil will be really dry feeling, which sucks because then it's kind of crap to use when dry, but when they're wet, you're like, oh, hello. So this is Soft Peach. And this one is a nice, pretty color. Yeah, I just kind of feel like they're dusty. They are dusty. Okay, we got Pastel Pink. Oh my, I almost had to sneeze. Ah, that one looks like that one. Yeah, these are pretty dry and dusty. Come on, just give me my pigment. I really hope these dissolve well. Plum. Yeah, it's kind of like Arteza Expert. They lay down kind of crappy while dry, but they're not too shabby when wet. Whereas like, you know, Albrecht Dürer are great wet or dry, although I usually use them wet. So there's just some that are better in both, but hey, that's okay. Midnight Blue. Ooh, that's like a Prussian blue. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, they are quite dry. All right. So they do come in like these flimsy plastic trays. So, you know, probably better to get them into cases. I actually have a bunch of cases I'm going to have to move these to. All right. This is True Blue. That one actually laid down nicely, which is interesting for a blue. Royal Blue. Kind of nice blue violet. Ooh, that one's scratchy too. No to the scratchies. I hate scratchies. Wow, that's really scratchy. All right, this is Ice Gray 3. Let's see how this one. So it's a nice like Arctic blue color. It's like super scratchy. I don't know if the mic is picking that up. Wow, that one's. Oh, thanks, Deb. Yeah, this is Winsor and Newton. They're watercolor. All right, this is Azure. Oh, look at that color, though. That's a pretty color. I like it. I did leave links in the description below, I think. Here's turquoise. Derwent watercolor pencils, I actually really like. I'm surprised they're so low rated. I actually really like the Derwent ones, so I'm very interested to test them against others because I enjoy my Derwent watercolor pencils. Lush green. I've been meaning to buy the remaining ones I'm missing open stock because I like them that much. I should get on that. Oh shoot, and Jackson's had that sale for watercolor pencils and I didn't even think about it. Ugh. Next time. Yeah, it is a pretty teal. All right, now we are into grass. I always laugh because all these brands call these colors grass. Does anyone have grass that ever looks this green? Like, anyone? It's just, can we get a little more real here? All right, olive green. Ooh, that one's really scratchy. And the scratchies just give me the chills because it reminds me of chalkboard sounds and I went to school back in the age where chalkboards were the thing. Yeah, that's true. Most grass is brown and dead, so we really need to work on that then. Caramel. This might be the color of grass right now. Yep, nice olive brown. There you go, folks. We found the true grass color right now. Yeah, my grass is actually pretty green, which is honestly shocking. I thought it was honestly gonna die, but our landscaper came out, did some sort of magic. I don't know, and it's alive and it's green. This is brown, or no, this is umber. Sorry. It is a brown, but it's umber. All right, burnt sienna. Oh, that dust. Oh my gosh, I might have to actually blow my nose live. Don't worry, I'll mute my mic, but my nose is so runny. Ah. All right. Yeah, that one doesn't have a lot of color payout. Let's see. Yeah, just check the description. This is black. I always find it funny. So watercolor pencils will usually include a black, right? Black and gray, but most watercolor palettes, especially the higher end ones, don't. So I always find that interesting. Okay, let's activate. Yeah, well, at least I know I don't have COVID this time because I had COVID at the end of July. So whatever I got, it's not COVID this time. Thank God. All right, you guys ready for the swatch of white? Because I know we all are just like, oh shoot, hang on. Nightbot, no. Let me turn off Nightbot because he's outdated. I forgot to. It's been so long since I've streamed that I totally forgot to turn off or adjust Nightbot. So hold that thought while I just disable a few things. All right. Technical difficulties. I think, yeah. All right. Hopefully it doesn't come back. All right. I haven't even swatched the white, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, it is indeed white. Look at that. I was so disappointed. I saw it pop up about Moon Elf, and I was like, wait, what? Whoops. I knew I forgot something. How to practice. Yes, I'm sick again. On the edge of my seat for the white. All right, here's the what was this one called? Yellow. Oh, well, original. They don't drag very much. So if you're looking for one that drags, these are not going to be it. But they are dissolving pretty nicely. It's just they're not dragging. I mean, they're barely going past where you place them. So that's something to keep in mind with this brand. That orange is going a little better. But if you have to sit there and force it, because I don't want to oversaturate with water, that's the problem. So I am doing these swatches on cardstock paper, but all pencils as part of the test will be tested on watercolor paper for those that want to know. The reason I'm doing cardstock paper is most adult coloring books are cardstock and not watercolor paper. Thank you, honey. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make sure that I swatched, on a paper that we all use more frequently. But part of my test is putting them on watercolor paper, amongst other things. I have a whole worksheet that I created. So yeah, we will see. Oh, there we go. That one's moving. That one is a moving. Look, my husband brought me my pumpkin fritalia. Should we see what it tastes like? Because I haven't tried it yet. Oh my gosh, it's like fall in a cup. Oh, it's so good. Ooh. So they could drag, yes, on watercolor paper more, and that's what we'll find out. But since most of my audience is, adult coloring and they use their adult coloring books, they aren't going to have the watercolor paper unless they buy those very few books that have watercolor paper. So that's why I want to make sure I test it on something we use a lot. But some may drag better on a watercolor paper, especially because if you do a nice cold press with some grooves to help that pigment. That one actually moved really well. You just can't see it. So I'm just using my Prima marketing water brush today, by the way, which I actually really like the Prima ones. No, this one's not moving at all. What color is this? This is Pastel Pink. Oh, did you order the ones from Sakuums? Sakuums? I don't know how to say it. I feel so bad. I'm like butchering her name because she's an amazing artist. But yeah, I got those 2 on watercolor paper. I love it. And it came fast. I feel bad. She's on. By the time I got my video up, she went on vacation. So I was like, oh crap. That one dragged really nicely. The blue activated and dragged very nicely. So I like that one a lot. And it's a really pretty blue. All right, let's see if this blue does that too. But yeah, those watercolor books were awesome. And I ended up, I can't remember who it is. I got to go look. A subscriber had reached out to me and asked me if I had ever ordered from her store. And I said no, but you know, I've been meaning to. And I guess she had an issue with the shipping, so she was just curious. And so I was like, well, you know what? I'll just try it out because I've been meaning to order anyway. But yeah, my first set came super fast, and then I ordered the other set because I was like, oh, now I want both. And both came really quick. So it was really awesome. And she's very quick to respond on Etsy. Very sweet lady. I need another sip of my pumpkin pie thingy. Oh, that's so good. All right, here's this teal color. Tealish, greenish thing. What was this one? Azure? No, this is turquoise. Oh. Okay, so far the only one I've really liked the way it's dissolved is that one blue. All right, here's the grass that's not really this green. And if you're curious, my water brush is not like soaking wet, but it's not like damp either. It's in betweens. I love that color, but I'm a sucker for olive colors. Make an emoji. I need to step up my emojis and commands. I'm going to have to get together with Emily and figure out how to do that. I am Nightbot illiterate. All right, here is one of the browns. It's a really disappointing color. Thanks, Emily. All right. This is, which one's this one? Burnt Sienna. So yeah, it should have that reddish undertone, but man, that water's out really bad. Oh, hi, Laura. Oh, holy schmoly, look at that black, though. Well, the black is good. I'm just curious. I'm going to take a little off the tip of this burnt sienna. No, it really is that crappy. Wow, that's a really, really low pigment put out. Let's try this one here. I just wanted to see. Yeah, so those are really light. That's interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these dry because you can never judge anything watercolor based, including pencils, dry or wet. Sorry. You know what I meant. So I'm going to set this off to the side and then we'll look at them all at the end. But so far, Winsor and Newton is kind of a okay-ish, but not, I'm not like woohoo over that one. So let me close that up. Oh, hi, Carol. Okay, let me grab the next set. Ugh. So next we have Xena Color. Has anyone tried these? I basically bought anything watercolor pencil brand that I could. Let me zoom out. She's obsessed. Who's obsessed with cat emojis? I need to make myself some husky emojis, but yeah, no. Okay, so here's the Xena color ones. I just got a 24 count set. The artwork on this is really cute though, isn't it? All right, so it's a hinged lid, hinges from the top. Aw, cuteness. They give you a little color chart. I actually appreciate that. Yeah, those were Winsor and Newton, and they were pretty lackluster. We'll see what they look like dry. Okay, so Xena color gives you a brush that I'm not going to use, but it's, yeah, this is going to go in my mixed media thing. All right, so I'll show you the pencils real quick, and then we'll get to a swatching. Let me pick a color that you can actually see, though. All right. So it looks like on these, they have the code, but on this little do-it-yourself chart, they included the code in there. So this is Cerulean Blue. So I'll keep that when I fill out mine. But kind of has that Prismacolor style, you know, open-end barrel and all that. So let me zoom us in and we can swatch these. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I have to keep sniffling my nose. Oh, the thumbs down I'm gonna get for sniffling. Okay, Xena color. I usually keep those cheap brushes and I just use them with my mixed media, especially like my glues and stuff, you know, that get ruined or ruin my brushes. Okay, so this is our white, and I know you guys love the white, so I always have to make sure that one goes first. These remind me kind of a Crayola. Quite scratchy too. Then we've got, what's this? Oh, interesting. Their color chart is not in the order they sent it in. Just noticed that because I was like, that's not green. All right, so this is yellow. I'll leave that right there. Oh, no worries at all, Melissa. I hope that all goes well. Melissa C. So now these are a really budget pencil and they feel it. But you know, last time I swatched, I think I swatched those Crayolas and they actually weren't bad. So can't knock all budgets. This one is called Lemon Yellow. Yeah, these are really scratchy, but they actually lay down better than the Winsor and Newton. So each has their pro and cons, I guess. 18. This is called Light Orange. That's the true test. Does the white blend with the paper? Ooh, that one's a little scratchy and dusty and crumbly. We got all sorts of things going on there. It's kind of odd that they give you this color chart in a wacky order. Okay, number 20 is orange. Yeah, they do lay down better than the Winsor and Newton. I wouldn't call them soft by any means because they're definitely scratchy, but they're laying down pigment-wise a lot better. But sometimes with these budget ones, they don't actually activate very well. Oh, look, here's another grass green. See what I mean? No one's grass is that color even in no drought. I just don't get it. That one was really scratchy. Okay, what is 03? This is Emerald. Oh, drink of my coffee. Can't have my coffee get cold on me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to send the kiddo to heat it up. So this one's not laying down as much, but the Winsor and Newton cost way more than these, so I would expect more. All right, 02 is green. Yeah, I did order the Pagos, whatever, potato. I did order those along with the other set of Color, because Color has two. Why? I don't know. Arteza now has two because they have their multiple sets they're working on. So I ordered that one too because I want to kind of compare and see if there really is a difference. Interesting. I don't know if you guys can see this. So we just swatched green, and now we are also swatching green. So, guess we got two greens. I was about to say, interesting. That one's got a little problem with the way it was pre-sharpened. All right. Let's see, 42 is fresh green. Wow, they really liked their greens. This is all sorts of dusty. All right. Let's see, they should make a set of pencils and use 90s bands to make them. Backstreet Blue, Justin Timberlake's Frosted Tips Yellow. New Kids on the Color Block. Oh, Frosted Tips Yellow. Oh, that would be actually really fun. And I wouldn't even care if they were like the crappiest of pencils. I would buy it straight up for the names. This is Sky Blue. Oh crap, now a Backstreet Boys song is stuck in my head. Can't forget In Sync though. This is a bright barrel, but the lead is not. 13 is pink. Oh. Yeah, that's Backstreet's Back. That's exactly what went through my head. Dang it. There is those set of pencils that are like named after Game of Thrones and stuff. I shared them on my community tab because I was just dying with laughter. So maybe they'll make some because they basically have sets doing all sorts of pop culture things. It's pretty funny. All right, this is red. I have to brush this off before we activate these. Blast it. Hi, Evelyn. All right, number 64 is violet. I swear to goodness, every time I say violet, I end up saying the word violent. I don't know why. Like, my head is not in a bad place. It just comes out that way. So I have to like consciously say it slowly. All right, this is Prussian blue. Ooh, that one's really scratchy. This one's gonna hurt me. Hurt my soul. Ooh, ooh. All right. 52 is royal blue. And that one was actually really smooth. Okay, 56 is cerulean blue. Oh my gosh, this one's just crumbling apart on me, and it's scratchy. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. We got 36. What are you? You are Sienna. Ooh, this one's nice and soft. Thank goodness. It's like my reward for getting through the cerulean blue. Okay. 33 is cherry. Well, according to their thing, this is called cherry. So let us see. I don't agree, but whatever. All right, 29 is dark magenta. Ooh, that's like a nice color. I hope that activates nicely because it would be a very pretty color, and they should have called this one cherry. All right. Let's see. 40 copper. Oh, Paul Rubin sent me some supervision. I've got to play around with them and create a video. I've just been trying to catch up with life. My 10-year-old has to get some sort of 3D MRI for her tooth. I didn't even know that was a thing. Khaki on Tuesday. Apparently, when you lose baby teeth, but adult teeth don't come down, they have to do like this crazy 3D MRI and possibly a procedure to force the tooth to come out. This is all stamped weird, but I think that says 70, so I don't see a 70 on the list though. So I'm going to make an executive decision and call this, you know what, I don't know what to call it because we've used all those colors. We're just going to say it's gray. It's going to be gray today. All right. Oh, hi, Alex. All right. And then this is black, but their little do-it-yourself color chart they included did not have this gray or black in there. So that's interesting. Okay. Let me brush these off because these are insanely dusty. Oh, where'd my brush go? Yes, is anyone coloring today or even right now? Okay. It's gonna be gray. Oh no. Someone help Emily. She's gone off the deep end. All right, here's the white that never disappoints because it's so true to its name every time. Painting. Oh, what you painting? Oh, hi, Brittany. My brush is being Hannah Carlson page in the Witch's Cottage. Ooh. Swatching the colors. Is it the regular pencil or the watercolor pencil? Because we're doing those next. Wow, that did not move at all. Not an ounce. You ready? Today I am trying to finish a diamond painting. So that one activated really nice and stayed nice and yellow. Like it, like it. All right, let's see what this one does. Oh, come on, work with me. Drags a little. One thing I will say is these are not losing their gusto as much as the Winsor & Newton ones did, but we'll wait till they dry. See that one? The line is not disappearing, nor there or there. Oh, Carol, I finished that page last night. I wonder if I can show it on my phone. Hang on. I meant to post it, but I was lazy. So, oops. And there's going to be a little bit of glare, but I did finish this one last night. And oof, those leaves. Those leaves took a little while. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to post all my pages I've been doing on Instagram because I've spent like 2 weeks on that one, I think. Oh, hi, Larissa. All right, this one. Yeah, so I will say the Zenith color is not losing its lines. Oh, it's a lot of leaves. I had to keep taking like mental breaks and working on other pages. I did one from Color and Chicks in between. I colored like some sort of hair picture in between. I don't know. It was a lot of leaves, and at first I was like, this will be so relaxing. And then I was like, yeah, never mind. All right, let's see. Oh, hi, Thef. Oh, no worries. Thanks for saying hello. But lurkers are always welcome. This one. Yeah, the lines don't dissolve on that one. Oh, the Christine Caron. I have a couple of her diamond paintings I want to do. But on Tuesday, I'm going to start this fall pumpkin because I'm going to say it's fall as of Tuesday. I'm just announcing it. I don't care what the weather says, even though it's like 90 degrees. I'm just going to start wearing sweaters and all that. And yeah, fall will come. Maybe if we all just start dressing for fall and like, drinking all the pumpkin lattes and eating all the goodies for pumpkin, then like the temperatures will drop. The environment will just get the hint. Oh, there's a couple of you guys doing The Witch's Cottage. I need to do more in that book. In fact, I don't think I've done anything in that book. Well, I could dress for fall. Oh my gosh, this isn't even this one's not even moving. Well, crapola. Isn't that one Cerulean Blue? Yeah, so this one's barely even dissolving. Ugh. Wow. I can dress for fall though inside my house because it's kept in the really low 70s. Oh, this one's not moving either. For the Huskies. So, oh wow, look at that. That one's just, it's actually breaking apart, but not dissolving. Interesting. Well, Xena color's not really high up on my list now. Are you gonna dissolve? Oh, here we go, finally. It moves. I mean, I color, but it's okay to branch away from coloring. I've been wanting to diamond paint lately because it's relaxing and play with mixed media. You gotta branch out or you're gonna burn out. Can't adult color all day long. Well, some people can, and kudos to them, but sometimes I need a break. I'm usually working on a diamond painting kit and a coloring page, and then usually something with watercolor all at the same time. I really like that color. I love those olivey greens. Even if you did a page a month, if that page you're happy with and you put your heart in it and you were relaxed and felt good about it, then that's all that matters. Because there was a point where I felt like I was just coloring pages so that I would have a completed pages video. I was like, this is dumb. I shouldn't be doing this. I should color what I want. All right, so this is the Xena color ones. I mean, this yellow was cool, but the rest it just kind of went downhill. So we'll let this dry, and then we will see if it improves. I wish I could handle sewing and crocheting, but those are two that I just can't do. I've tried, I just suck at them. Okay, So we're going to call these Color number 1 because apparently there's 2 sets now. All right. Oh my gosh, the tin is... Okay, so these ones, interesting. So we've got a little chart on the inside, but that's kind of like how Arteza and all that do them. It's not actually in that order, so whatever. But it's in a nice order in the tin. Okay, so let's pull one of these bad boys out. Now, I did get the 72 count one. I can't remember if there was a reason for that. Let's see. Why is it so bright over there? Move over. Okay, so these have that hexagon shape, but they do have a color dipped end, and then it does have a name and number, and then it says watercolor. Let's see, some of them, it looks like some of them have the numbers a little worn off, but no big deal. And then they are in these plastic tins, which are not friendly to those of us with nails. But yeah, let's see how these ones swatch out. And then, like I said, I ordered the other set of Color watercolor pencils that kind of look like Arteza's in a way, or the way they're designed, I should say. So I'm hoping those get here tomorrow so I can see what on earth is going on there. So this set will take a wee bit longer because it's 72 count. All right, this is titanium white. I'm seeing a trend here. They all start with the white. I actually prefer rainbow order, but whatever. Oh, nope. Oh my, okay. Lemon yellow. Ooh, these lay down really, really smooth so far. I mean, it is yellow. Can only judge it so far. Primrose yellow. But out of the other 2 sets, they lay down a lot smoother, and the pigment is popping right out while dry. So I'm liking that. Lemon yellow light. It's kind of have a castle art vibe to them. Yeah, it is coming out really nice. Flesh. That's a very pretty peachy pink. Yeah, oops. So far out of the two that we've completed, third that we're on, this is the most pleasant. Let's see. Ooh, cross stitch. I've never been able to do cross stitching, but then I'm doing diamond painting, which I guess is a kind of spin-off of cross stitch. But yeah, I could never do the cross stitch stuff. And they use the same DMC code, which I found interesting. Marigold. Yeah, much softer lay down, much better pigment like performance while dry. So these could be used dry so far. We'll wait till we get to the blues. That's where you usually find the ickies. Cadmium yellow deep. And I'm not pressing hard either because I don't, when you're using watercolor pencils, you don't want to press hard. You'll leave a line. You do not want to do that to your poor little pencils and paper. All right. And they're using proper watercolor names. Yeah, like I said, they have like a castle art vibe to their naming convention. So this is Brilliant Yellow. I mean, these are a budget pencil as well. Yellow Ochre Light. Let's see. The Color 240. I've seen a few people use those. I haven't tried them myself yet. Put them on my list, and maybe I'll wait till they have like one of those coupon deals that they tend to have, and then I'll try them. Okay, Cadmium Orange. So don't go licking this one. Unless you want a nice little dose of cadmium. Orange Lake. Yeah, cup cozies sound really cute. I've seen them on Pinterest and they look flippin' adorable. I need to learn how to make those. Let's see, Cadmium Orange, I'm going to say it says middle. It's kind of cut off. But since they're kind of following that same style as, not Castle Art, yeah, Castle Art, with the light, middle, deep, yeah, because Cadmium Orange deep, I'm going to say that it was safe to call that middle. But these are a lot smoother and the pigment payout's a lot better. Which is nice because then you can go back and shade with your dry pencil. All right, Flesh Light. So it's a little too pinky. Ooh, there's something black in the lid on that one. Hang on a sec. All right. My Crayolas work better dipped in water. Flesh deep. That's orangey. Peachy orange. Grenadine Light. So yeah, these have the same names as Castle Art. I'm not super familiar with the color. Is it color or color? Someone do correct me. I'm notorious for saying I'm wrong. Grenadine. Color sounds fancier. It's probably color or something. Okay, this is Bengal Rose. I swear if I pulled out my 72 count set of Castle Art, these would be the exact same names. Opera Rose. My favorite color from Daniel Smith. Oh my gosh, if Daniel Smith made watercolor pencils, I would so buy those. All right. Jaipur. I never say it right. The J Pink. One of my favorite pinks from Castle Art. Okay, let's see. Cherry Pink. I might have to adjust the lighting now that the sun is moving about. We'll see. All right, Scarlet Red. Ooh, that's nice. So far, these are all still very smooth. So I'm quite impressed. I have a feeling they're going to perform like Castle Arts. Vermilion. Holy moly, that one was a lot of pigment. All right, let's see if I can get these trays out without spilling them. They are in those flimsy plastic trays, you know, that just straight up bend. So, ugh. Get a little terrified. I think it seems we're going in order like so. Yeah, so we're on Signal Red. Lots of reds and oranges. Kind of a little overkill for watercolor, but it's okay. Carmine Rose. It's a pretty one. Okay, Cadmium Red. And if you guys have a question for me and I miss it, just put it in caps because chat moves and sometimes it's hard to see. Yeah, these actually look nice dry. So I'm kind of curious how they'll activate. Ooh, this magenta is nice and silky. Cerulean Blue Light. Okay. Cobalt Turquoise Light. Hi, Elise. Okay, let's see. Teal Green Light. That one's pretty too. All right, Cobalt Turquoise. I'm gonna adjust my blinds real fast. It's easier than messing with my lighting settings. There we go. Oh, let me cough on live stream. Okay, Cobalt Turquoise. That's not bad. Okay, a lavender. So we're getting into the purples. Purples and dark blues. It looks like they have them kind of mixed. Sky blue. This one is a little scratchy, but it's a really pretty color. Actually, I really like that color. Ultramarine. It's actually really smooth. This is normally where you find the super scratchy colors, is these darker blues and greens. Okay, primary blue. That one went down really well too. Okay. Teal green. Let's see. Oops. This one's a little rougher, but I hate when you have scratchies. Okay, cypress green. That one does not want to lay down as well. It's a really pretty, like, dark turquoise color though, but it's very scratchy. Could be something you can sharpen out though. Cornflower blue. Sometimes it's just from manufacturing. Sucky part is sometimes you're like have to sharpen a little ways down to get rid of whatever is causing that. Delft blue. Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but I actually prefer like the hexagonal shape to the watercolor pencils. I feel they're easier to hold than just a straight circular pencil. I don't know why. With any pencil brand, I just really like the shape better. Like, so Black Widows, I like how they have that. Don't get me wrong, I love my Prisma babies and I will love them forever. But I just find it easier for some reason. Ultramarine light. Now there's some really pretty blues in this set. I want to see them activated and just see if they pop. I mean, nothing pops like a museum aquarelle. Let's just be honest. Indigo light. Yeah, museum aquarelles don't even lose their color. They just straight up get brighter. Those things are freaking insane. Gosh, I love them. Purple. But they're very, very opaque. Yep, stay on frame. And speaking of opacity and transparency, that is part of the battles and the test sheets. I am testing and comparing opacity and transparency because that's actually kind of important when it comes to watercolor pencils. Let's see. Did your daughter get the boot? Yes, she does have the boot. So we're on Violet Deep. First week of school, she wore the boot to school. She's walking pretty good in the boot, but I mean, you can only walk so fast with those boots on you. And she's 6, so things like as big as her leg. But we're trying to, this week, get her to not walk with the boot because the doctor wants her to start practicing without it and kind of build up the strength of the muscles and ligaments around the broken leg. So yeah, she's a little resistant to that. So if she doesn't start walking, we got to do physical therapy. Purple Lake Deep. So this weekend we took away the boot and we're like, you got to walk. And it's not that it hurts, it's just harder. And she's gotten so used to just getting around quick on the boot. So cool gray. That is a really random placement for that one. I may have to rearrange the order of these. Look at that cool gray right in the middle of those purples. Yeah, I have heard that the Brute Fooner ones were bad. I don't think I'm going to test those ones. But if I get enough requests, I will. It's just from what I've seen, they're quite crappy. All right. Oh my goodness, need a tissue. They remind you of pencils from school. I just feel it's easier to grip. Well, these ones are hard to get out of the bottom tray with my nails, I mean. Leaf Green Light. It has a very bright green, but it's nice and smooth. Leaf Green. Yeah, it's not bad. At least they don't call it grass green. Castle Green. What the flip? Yeah, they really are using Castle Art's naming convention. Castle Green Light. Yeah, at first the color order was actually fine until I had this lavender out of place and then all of a sudden the gray. But initially they started out good. I'll probably just have to adjust the order, or I might not because I'm just using these for testing, and a lot of these will be kind of like how I did the book destash. I'm going to be doing probably once I finish the watercolor battles. This is jade green, by the way. I'll do like a watercolor pencil destash because obviously I do not need 40 plus brands of watercolor pencils. Prussian green. That is not a Prussian green, but I'll let you call it that if that's what you want to call it. All right, Castle Green Deep. All right. Very interesting. Take another drink of my coffee. All So I did finally ship out all the boxes to the winners. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad because I had to go out of town and then I caught COVID and poor Autumn got her box really late. Or did it? Is Autumn in chat? Did it show up? It said it was going to be there Friday. So it better have came. All right. Juniper Green. Ooh, that's pretty. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's not a Prussian green at all. It's like, what the? This one says it's Hooker's green. I wouldn't really agree with that either. It's always funny because the pencils are always really off. Sap green. It's actually pretty close to a sap green. I'll give you guys that one. Olive green. Oh, it did come. Okay, awesome. It said 2-day shipping, and then they changed it on me, and it was like Friday, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, well, it better show up. Did you get my special little thing I put in there since I had taken so long? I felt so bad. I put a little special thing in there for you. This is burnt umber. All right. And then we have VanDyke brown, which I always like to giggle at because my last name, so I just claim it's my color. Although I really wish my color wasn't a dark, nasty brown, but whatever. Gotta take what you get. Yeah, Inktense pencils, FYI. If you've watched my if you've watched my channel for long enough, I have a thing with the Inktense, but Inktense are not watercolor. They are an ink-based pencil. They will actually not be in the watercolor battles because they are not watercolor pencils. I've seen some watercolor comparison videos out there and they use the Inktense. This is yellow ochre. And Inktense win, and I'm like, but it's not a watercolor pencil. So it's water soluble. And you can use them like watercolor pencils. This is cinnamon. But the issue is they are permanent. Watercolor pencils you can often reactivate. Inktense, once that stuff is down, that stuff is down. I mean, you can literally put it on fabric and wash your fabric that you've drawn on. So, yeah, Inktense. I have a little pet peeve with it when it's called watercolor because I'm like, it's not. But unfortunately, it does get thrown in that category. Inktense are just magic little gems on their own. They deserve to be in a category alone. Sepia. But yes, I will not be comparing them in the watercolor battle. Because if I did that, we might as well just say, well, Inktense is the winner. And walk away. All right, Chinese orange. Nice array of browns. But Inktense are fun. Fun. Indian red. Ooh, that has a nice, I like that one. Mulberry. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's got that tinge of purple in there. All right, walnut brown. Awfully close there. All right, now we're getting into some grays. We got a Payne's gray. Since I love granulating watercolors, sometimes it sucks to swatch watercolor pencils because there's no granulation. You're like, oh, it's okay though. Davies gray. Yes, it's a pigment-based dye, but it is not a watercolor pencil, just FYI with the ink tints. It's just really important to know that they are not watercolor pencils. Like, I've actually spoken with Derwent on it. Ivory black. You know, where's my Castle Art swatch chart? No, dye and pigment are not the same thing. I know that. But what I'm saying is they are not watercolor pencils. I'm looking real fast for my Castle Art. Here we go. I just wanted to see. Yeah, literally the same names. So that's going to be interesting, right down to Opera Rose. And so we'll have to compare those for sure together. You're welcome to reach out to Derwent and ask yourself, but they will also say that it is not a watercolor pencil. They are a permanent pencil. Okay, the white is in spec. Still white with this brand. Let's test out this yellow here. Oh, these reactivate really nice. Very smooth. Some of these are going to be a little lighter. Ooh, that one didn't reactivate as well as I had hoped. Okay. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yes, but my point is they're not watercolor pencils. That's what I'm trying to get across, because the biggest problem is they're called watercolor pencils by others. But because something is pigment based does not mean that it is a watercolor either. My Prismacolors have pigments in them. So that was kind of what I meant, but they're not watercolor pencils. So this color here does not dissolve very easily. All right, so as you can see, these are reactivating a lot better than the other two, and they're actually dragging quite well as well. And that one was really smooth. Cheesecake. I think a few people had answered that one earlier, Alex. I think quite a few people are doing Witch's Cottage pages. Was there like a tag for Witch's Cottage that I missed or something? Or is it just like one of those random things where a bunch of people are working on that right now? All right, so here we go with this one. Ugh, this one's not dissolving very well. This one does not want to dissolve. An apple for Jamie's tag. Oh, the alphabet one, right? The alphabet tag. I keep meaning to do that. and I keep forgetting, but that's a really cute tag she does. So yeah, these ones are reactivating okay. I have a few though where the lines show on the cardstock, but they may not do that on watercolor paper. So we shall see. Oh, that one turned out really nice. Kind of reminds me of the other one though. Yes, you can in the Creative Haven books, except the newer ones, the newer Teresa Goodrich ones with that weird paper. I have had trouble with those ones. I don't know if anyone else has, but that's some funky paper. Oh, I like those pinks though. It's a cute little collection of pinks. A little bit on the overkill with pinks though. Okay. Oh, I like this one. I like that one already. Yeah, so these are activating. I shouldn't say reactivating because we're initially activating. They're activating really nice compared to the other first two. Yeah, I think the newer Teresa Goodrich ones are going to need some prep and or just scan them. I had pre-ordered her other book that comes out in September, and I'm kind of concerned about what the paper is going to be like since the last few have been just utter crap. And what's worse is if you reach out to them, they're like, "What are you talking about? We didn't change the paper." And I'm like, "Yes, you did." All right. Yeah, all of these are reactivating and moving really nicely. I know it's hard with these blues, but they're dragging. The prep medium depends on the paper and how much prep you want to do with the prep medium. Do you want to sand the paper after you put it down? So you kind of have to decide about that. But let's see. I haven't gotten the Teresa Goodrich Cats one. I ordered her fall one that comes out this September. But like her last fall one and her last Christmas one all had that crappy paper. And then whichever one was in between there too. Let me see if I have it nearby. Okay. So I like to use the Transparent Watercolor Ground by Daniel Smith. Some people use gesso. What was the one that Erica's been using? Erica's been using one that she said she really likes on her pages, and I can't remember what it is called, so I'll have to ask her. But she said she was using that on her pages and it was working out okay. But I believe she said she had to sand a little bit with them. So yeah, when it comes to prepping the page, it kind of just depends on that. Satin glazing liquid. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. So I can't say how that one is. It's not as rough as gesso. Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I do like the Daniel Smith one, but it's not gonna like transform your Amazon CreateSpace paper into watercolor paper. You got to be realistic with the level, of what you're starting with versus where you're trying to be. That's just one warning I like to throw out there. Let's just be a titch realistic. Oh, that one's not reactivating really well. Come on. Will you come? Nope, the pencil lines on that one are staying. Satin golden liquid. Is there a difference between the golden liquid and the glaze? Like I said, I don't know much about that one. I use gesso more for my mixed media canvases, and I like it. I'll have to try the satin and see how it compares, because Daniel Smith, this watercolor ground is pretty expensive. Oh, golden is the brand. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, like, don't expect any of these prep things to like transform your paper into 300 GSM style. Just keep that in mind on thin paper. I'll have to give it a go-zy. Do you have to sand that one though, or do anything, or does it lay pretty flat? Thanks, Paulo. See you later. Usually though, like if I'm working in Creative Haven or you know, that style of paper, I activate my watercolor pencils with oh my gosh, my clear Tombos instead. So it's just there's less water, so you can get the clear Tombos and they work really well with the pencils. And then yeah, either that or just use really little water, and it helps if you also have like a little blow dryer. Like I have the Ranger heat tool, but like with my ink tints, I like to use Tombow or the I really prefer to use the alcohol blenders, especially because they just are so smooth and then they don't mess up my paper. A bit of tooth. Okay, gotcha. This teal color's nice. Ooh. Okay. So you like the golden better than Daniel Smith? I'll have to try it. Is that for canvases though, or adult coloring pages? Oop, that green is not activating very well. I should say activated it, just left lines, and I don't like lines. That they will reactivate with water. I don't know, because I've actually never tried it. So that'll have to be something I test out. I don't think they do, but you never know. Totally went out of the line there, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know if they would reactivate using the ink tints, or I mean the alcohol blender, because they're still being activated. And once those bad boys activate, they do not reactivate. Oh, okay, you have tried it on adult coloring pages. And I shall get myself some and try it out. I do hate when I have to make paper like work for me. I prefer sometimes to just scan it and put it on paper that'll already do the job, but there's some books, you know, you can't really do that, and then you've got to prep them. So it's always good to know which ones work best. All right, let's see how these browns work out. That one's nice. So most of these are reactivating and even dragging much better than the last two. Had a few where the lines don't want to leave, but that could be the cardstock and not the pencil. That's why they get tested on watercolor paper. Oh, the watercolor paper book. Yeah, for sure. Then you don't have to prep it. It's ready to go. It is thick paper. It's definitely 300 GSM. Beautiful cotton. And cold pressed. I'm not a fan of hot press, so if you prefer hot press, then you might not like it as much, but I love cold press. I like all those nice and hills and valleys. The rough paper. Maybe even that black is doing all right. Yeah, these reactivated a lot better. And the colors, like even putting these down dry, these were a lot better. I have been painting with my summer palette, actually. I don't have my book near me because it's downstairs. I did want to try real fast, seeing how these do with a Tombow. Since I already brought my Tombow out. Yep, these reactivate just fine with the Tombow. Then, of course, you'll always have that little bit on your brush that you gotta clean off, but all right, so let's let those dry. Okay, what time are we at? Bohong Academy. Oh, I've actually wanted to try that one. I also want to try, I can never say the name. Hanamuli? The Hanamuli one. You know what I'm talking about. I really want to try that paper. But I just cry if I mess it up. So let's see. Zoom on out. So I do have another set, but we're already at an hour and a half. So I don't think we'll get to it today. But what we can do is, let me dry this one real quick. When you use these little dryers, your paper likes to bend. Ooh, with 14 papers. Oh, is that the one? I think it was Arit had that on her channel. She had like a sampler from them or something like that. Oh, you're so sweet, Evelyn. Oh my gosh, guys, my desk is a freaking watercolor explosion right now. I've got tubes galore, just like, because I have to swatch all these tubes. Oh my, I've got like a pile of Daniel Smith here, a pile of Schminke, Winsor & Newton, and then a bunch of Roman Schmal over there. So it's a little nuts. But I can't put them away because I need to do that. And I have these really cute paints from Etsy that I'm going to swatch on camera. These like earth pigment paints that are just, oh my gosh. Oh, and I love that it came with a cute little brush holder that I could totally make myself, but why would I when someone else can do it? So, lots to swatch this week, including these. Oh, let me zoom you back in because I zoomed out too far. Let's see. Oh, don't worry, Laura. Jackson's watercolor sale, they rotate so frequently, you'll get one. Don't worry. These are all the paints on my desk are from that last watercolor haul I did. And I just need to swatch them. And you guys had all requested videos. So I'm going to be swatching them in separate videos. But yeah, I have a whole bunch. Okay. So let's take a look at the Winsor & Newton ones. These are, well, these were not very impressive. They're dry. I have to say the blue turned out really well. So, hooray for that one. That Prussian-ish looking blue, but yeah, these didn't lay down very soft. Most of them didn't even like drag very well. Some of these colors you can't even see right now on the white paper. But even when I pulled it off the tip, these were, look how desaturated these are, even straight off the tip. Normally, if you pull a color right off the tip, it should be very concentrated. So these were pretty, so far, I don't know, not impressive, but I'm going to color a page with them and do some tests, because who knows, maybe they'll look better on watercolor paper. Never know. Never know. But we'll see. Yeah, they do look quite disappointing. So, but let's see. Here's the Xena color. These were definitely budget. I can't remember how much I paid for these, but they were really cheap. A couple of these, like literally the pencil itself broke down. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. That's not the paper pilling, that's the pencil breaking down. So that was kind of weird. And it did that on these three here. And some of the lines did not dissolve at all on some of these colors. I mean, look, the gray, let me zoom you guys in a little more so you can see it. The gray is like straight up, you can see the lines in it. Yeah, there's some problem when they start outsourcing, but the gray has lines, the purples still have lines. These just did not activate to anything impressive. Yes, Evelyn is very, very generous. And it's awesome when she gifts you guys memberships, because then you get perks. Oh, speaking of that, I am uploading this month's whatchamacallit, mandalas today. I had a little iPad issue and it did not want to transfer over. So yeah, that was the Xena color. I wasn't expecting Xena color to like blow me away though, because like I said, it's a super budgety brand, but still, I was kind of surprised that these like just straight up broke down. That was kind of weird. All right. So here are the Color, whatever, potato ones. These ones out of the three today laid down the smoothest dry. So like you could go back in and shade with these dry and not be annoyed. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I actually was pretty impressed with that. The color naming is literally the same as Castle Art. So found that kind of funny, but whatever, all those budget brands kind of overlap and whatnot. Most of these reactivated well, and even once they're dry, I'm looking for any problem children. So we have one here that didn't, the lines stayed. But again, this could be the cardstock. That's why I will be testing some of them, or not some of them. All will be tested in swatches on watercolor paper. No, not the entire set, but I'll be testing them out. There's a few lines in this purple here. But yeah, overall, the color payout from these was a lot better, and they didn't desaturate, which was nice. And I didn't even test. Let me see. I'm going to pull this one. I just want to pull it off the tip and see. Because like when you pull paint off the tip of the pencil, see how saturated that is? Now, when I did that with the Winsor and Newton, I was not getting a high saturation pulling it off the tip. And that just tells me they don't have a lot of pigment in there. So that's something to consider, whereas this does. So I found that kind of interesting. So a membership just grants you the badges, the emojis, which I need to upload more, I think. And then my members get, all levels of memberships get a free mandala, one free mandala drawn by me, and then my higher tiers get 2 free mandalas a month. So I upload those and they're member only posts. The one thing I don't do is I don't have any private videos or anything like that because I know not everyone can afford memberships. So my content is always free. It's just you get little extra perks like the mandalas drawn by me that you can color, and then of course, yes, the emojis that Emily put there. I need to fix the Scout one because it was too small, so I need to redo it. But I need to make one with Scout and her cape. But yeah, I try to keep the memberships, with some fun, cute perks, but it really just helps support my channel. And, so I can buy all these lovely little doodads and stuff. But I don't want anyone to feel like they're going to miss out on content because they can't afford it. Because honestly, not everyone can afford that stuff. And I totally understand. But, all right. I'm going to have to say out of today, the Color. Hi, Erica. The Color set is about the only one that was semi-impressive. The other two, I was just like, well, alrighty then. So yeah, the Color one, not bad. Now I did, like I said, I got the other set of Colors that kind of look like Artezas in their design. And I'm going to kind of compare them and see if there is a difference because I'm really confused as to why there's 2 of them. So we'll see. Oh, that is sweet of you, Evelyn. Thank you. But does anyone have any of these 3 sets? So the Winsor & Newton, the Xena color, and this Color premium set that's the black castle art looking one. What did I do with the lid? That might help. Has the cute little elephant on these ones. So does anyone have these 3? Or one of these 3? You don't have to have them all. But I'm curious if anyone already has them and finds similar issues or not. So the only other ones I have to swatch, which I'll just do later today by myself because I can't do a long stream today because I've got the sore throat, but I've got these Cezanne ones. Oh, I'm so curious if these stink like the old ones. Ooh, this is fancy, isn't it? Wait, I think they give us a swatch card. Oh, nifty. So this one, you can do it dry here and then wet here. And this is watercolor paper for Cezanne. Wow. Maybe I'll do this one just on a private video because they actually took some time with this. So yeah, we don't have time to get to these ones today. See, it's Creative Mark. And they've got numbers. It does come with a little brush. So that's one set I still need to swatch. But I really like the... I'm easily impressed by fancy swatch charts. Okay. Hi, B. Yeah, so maybe I'll do these in like a private video since we ran out of time today. And then I also have these Pentel ones I still need to swatch, which I'll try to do throughout this week. But I mean, they're Pentel. I'm not like sitting here holding my breath for anything amazing. And again, I don't know. I was pretty impressed with Crayola. So, and these are 24 count. And then once my other 3 come, I'll have all the sets and all of them swatched. And then the fun begins. Woo! So I am sucker for good packaging. Even if I am actually just paying for the packaging, it's okay. I am fine admitting that. So the regular pencils for Cezanne, I had bought them and they stunk so bad that I returned them. So I didn't really get to use them. And that was probably like 3 years ago. So we'll try out their watercolor pencils and see Although I find it interesting. Wait a minute. Oh, it does say Cezanne here, but then is Creative Mark like the company that manufactures them? We'll have to see how these turn out. So I'll do these on their own. Well, thank you, Erica. But yeah, I am gonna call it early today because I have got a raging sore throat. So I need to just go be alone with my pumpkin fritalia and relax. But thanks for keeping me company, everyone, while we swatch some pencils. And I'm hoping I'll have the rest swatched this week so that I can start the battles. So how the battles are going to go down is you will see me do I may do a color along, I may not, I might just color a page in private, but you'll see an individual review for that pencil pop up. And then once I have the individual reviews, they'll start battling one another. So you'll actually have individual reviews before they start going versus. That way, in case you're just curious about that pencil on its own, you get a little review to check out, because I do want that up there as well before they go versus, because some pencils are going to fail against another, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're crap. So keep an eye out for that. As you see the reviews coming, you'll know what is about to be battled out. So thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of your Sunday. And I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And until next time, take care. Bye now.